Welcome my fellow peeps to another video. Today I'm going to build the best $350 budget PC I have ever built. Talking about the parts and components for this dope build, we'll be starting off with our case, the Ranger RAG black and green Mid ATX tower from DIY PC that I got for 30 bucks. This comes with one USB 3.0 port, two USB 2.0 ports, two external 5.25 inch drive bays for your optical drives, along with the audio in and out ports all located in the front of the case. Lastly, this comes in with three built-in fans, two LED fans, one being 120mm in the front and the other being 140mm on the side, and one non-LED 120mm fan on the rear of the case. Next on the list, we have the EA500D 500 watt green power supply from Antec. I had this one on me already that I wanted to use for this build since it's a green PSU. You can usually get this for very cheap online depending where you're shopping. The downside to this is how it's a non-modular power supply that is only an issue when it comes to cable management. Also as well, it would be nice if the cables were green since the part itself is green. Used another one of these power supplies before in a build and I never had any problems with it. Thankfully, this is an 80+ bronze rating power supply, so you can ensure yourself it's a pretty decent power supply on the most part. This GPU is the Radeon RX470 4GB model from MSI that I got for around $73. I never owned a Radeon card, but as of recently, I wanted to try out one of these cards since they are very fairly priced and have a great 1080p mid-performance in games. You can still find this card cheaper if you search on eBay. The only downfall to this card is how it only has one DVI port. Other than that, perfect card. For the CPU cooler, I got the i71C RGB from Cooler Master for $24. This cooler is compatible with the LJ1150X socket types. The amazing RGB fan is 120mm and the lights have a controller to change the colors and light up patterns. A very good cooler for non-K CPUs. For the SSD, we got a 120GB from TeamGroup for $22. Never had a problem with these SSDs for operating systems. They have smooth read and write speeds, and it does have the DRAM cache buffer, so pretty good overall. And for our $20 HDD, I got the 500GB hard drive from Western Digital, a Sata 2 hard drive that still gets the job done well with loading any games and programs. The main frame of our rig here is the Z270 MSI Pro Series ATX motherboard that cost me $53 since it is refurbished. The Z270 here has 6 fan headers, so you can cool away with your PC as if it's an igloo. This offers even more with 2 M.2 ports for Optane memory or SSDs, has 3 PCIe x1 slots, 2 PCIe x16 slots, 1 PCI slot, and 6 SATA connectors. The I/O on the back has USB Type-C, 5 USB 3.0 ports, 2 USB 2.0 ports, PS2 port for older keyboards and mouses, Ethernet port, audio ports of course, and HDMI. And gotta love the overclock genie on this board. Perfect board for the price. The memory being used in this machine is a total of 16GB of DDR4 RAM clocked at 2133 MHz, which isn't the best, but it was a good combo price for $125 with the CPU I got, which is the i5-6500 at 3.2 GHz. Putting this combo together will have a lot of performance in multitasking and even streaming gameplays with OBS or any other streaming programs. Installing the processor was easy. Just make sure to keep the socket cover in case your motherboard is not working and you need to return it, unlike where I flicked it away like a quarter. And no thermal paste is needed since we already have the applied thermal compound beneath the heatsink. When screwing the cooler, I needed to take off the fan since my screwdriver was unable to reach to the screw, in case that happens for you guys as well. Note that the wire for the fan must match the arrows to the header in order to connect to the RGB fan controller. Opening up the case, you will see a little bag of screws along with the manual and the front panel connectors for the front header pins on the motherboard. The installation manual is not really needed, but it's nice to know the dimensions and information for inside the case depending if you're worried about the size of your parts in the computer case. Sort of wish the front header connectors had green cables instead of the mixed colors, since the case itself is green after all. Everything on the most part were pretty easy to put together inside the case. The SSD fit just fine as well as the hard drive did in those hard drive bays. One thing I recommend to do when you're done building any PC is just use a small piece of electrical tape to put around the front panel connectors so they don't have a chance of getting loose, and it's easy to plug them back in again since it'll be like one connector instead of a whole bunch of individual header connectors. Now that we're done, we can zip right into the benchmarks. Since I'm using an older monitor, the highest resolution I could use was 1680 by 1050, which is between 720 and 1080p, so we can assume how the PC would be at 1080. So for the 3 games we were testing, we'll be using the highest settings. So on Tomb Raider, we're getting between 60 to 95 FPS the whole time, with hiccups happening between scenes, which is to be expected on this machine. That is no big deal once you're loaded in. Very enjoyable and visually appealing experience nonetheless. Hopping into a match of Rocket League, one of my most favorite games as of the past couple years. Thankfully this is a pretty easy game to run, so on this PC we are getting 180 to 200 FPS at all times during explosions and just normal gameplay. No problems at all running this game. My most absolute favorite Ubisoft title, Far Cry 3, ran around 104 to 150 FPS the majority of the time, except for a lot of particles and explosions on screen. That does not happen quite often. I still had a wonderful experience all around. I wanted to take a bit longer going over this benchmark because this game still feels like brand new because of the beautiful tropic and forest scenery, so please play this game if you're searching for an engaging single-player first-person shooter. Now that we're done everything, there's one more thing to do at this point, is to show it off to the person getting this computer. Definitely go check out his Twitch in the description below because he's going to be using this computer for streaming all of his favorite games, so definitely go off and check it out when you guys have the opportunity. Thank you so very much, and let us hop on into the reaction.
you gotta do is just press that big triangle in the middle.
Alright. Wow.
Check out the inside right there.
That's cool.
Look, watch this. I breathe in now. Oh, I have the computer turning on right now on the screen. We will fix the keyboard though for you.
Okay.
But yeah, as you can see now, I hulked it all out. It's all green on the inside.
Thank you for like putting the best for anything I can't. Thank you enough.
Yeah, no problem, man. Check out the screen that you got right here. I decked it all out on the screen.
Oh my, dang.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I wanted to make you like a custom wallpaper just as a cool start, so I put Mark on the top right. And one cool thing too is whenever you go into the settings right here, everything's all greened out. So what's really cool too, something that I noticed, let me move this all up for you. Alright, so whenever you would go into a game sometimes, like for Far Cry 3 for example, when I was going through the menus, it actually goes green just like on Windows 10. So everything, some games probably will have like a green interface or something, but I basically greened it all out for you. But I also got Spotify loaded on, I have Sony Vegas, I have Photoshop loaded for you, Discord, and I got Steam here. So all you got to do is download OBS, which I can do that for you quick as well. Or what else? I think that's all you really need. So yeah, so hopefully you enjoy it, man. I definitely put my hardest into getting all the parts for you and everything like that.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you so much for watching this video. I've been wanting to have one like this for a while now when it comes to budget PC videos. So if you like to watch these budget PC videos, let me know, you fantastic people, and I will make some more. I also been playing a lot of COD Mobile like everyone else here in this galaxy and even further beyond. So if you want to see me playing, inform me about it and I will get onto it as well. Anyway, peace out my fellow online adventurers, and I am going to play some COD Mobile with my feet.